Hey everyone, it is Tanya. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you are new here. Today I am back with another speed build, and this is actually going to be an installment of the squish, which is what we lovingly call tiny homes here on the channel, as you're squishing everything into a small space. And this is going to be like a colorful family tiny house. It follows a similar layout that one I did for a challenge a month or so ago. Has, where there is a living space that converts into a bedroom with the Murphy bed for the parents of this household, and then there's a separate bedroom for the kids. And I think that worked out so nicely in this space to allow for this still to look like a tiny home and really have that small footprint, but still allow space for up to 4 Sims to comfortably sleep in this area. So as you can see now, I'm trying to figure out where to put this Murphy bed. I was having issues with the walls deleting, so that's why I have to move so many things around. But the Murphy bed tucked in beautifully into that corner. I was able to get some really big windows. There's a full bathroom that has a shower tub combo in it because I was imagining there was a toddler in this household, which will be present in this bedroom. I actually did bunk beds so that there is a toddler bed on the bottom. I'll be changing that out in a little bit, but it's a tight squeeze, but I think it came out so cute in the end. I'm really proud of this build. I really hope you will enjoy it. If you do and you'd like to download it, it will be available on the Sims 4 gallery. You can find it under my EA ID, which is Gryphi, Gryphi. You can also find it under the hashtag Gryphi, and that information will also be in the description down below as well. So the shape of this home has come together now, and I'm just working on the roofing, which actually did take me a little while. I wasn't sure if I wanted this to look more traditional or modern on the outside. And so I was just playing around with the roof texture as well as these little awnings and kind of moving around the roof pieces. We get there in the end, and it definitely has more of a modern vibe, but it did take quite some time to get to that final result. So I did keep in most of that process, so you can see me kind of fiddling with this and figuring out how to make this house look intentional and the best I could. This little bump out over here was the hardest thing for me to figure out. That is where we have the Murphy bed on the inside, and I just thought it looked so weird no matter what I did with it. We figured it out in the end, but it does take a while, and then I was also not sure what color to paint this house. It ends up being a really pretty green color in the end from a base game wallpaper, but at first I was really determined to use this wallpaper from Growing Together, but it just didn't have the swatches I wanted. This yellow was kind of fun, but I thought it was a little bit too bright for what I was going for, so we do get rid of that in the end, but first I am adding these walls back and extending the roof out and realizing I really like how that looks. And then I moved the awning over there, and so the shape is starting to make sense, but the colors are not there yet. I also wanted to make a little planter in the front, which I thought looked a little bit nicer. I converted this to a tiny home using the tile system from Tiny Living, and then I was trying to figure out where to put the stairs. So extending that porch space up here so I could have some stairs that were too wide. I also decided to change the foundation to stilted and playing around with what window I have in the kitchen here as well. I changed it a couple of different times. I can't remember which one I ended up keeping in the end, but this is the wallpaper I ended up going for. I really like this one. I really wish that it wasn't one that has the little end pieces automatically on it because those don't work very well in the game. I'd prefer to manually put columns to figure out the end pieces, but it's okay because the color of it is so nice. So I was excited to use that here. I haven't used it in a while, so it was just really nice to do. And then I was trying to figure out what to paint over here. I was thinking this brick at first, but I tried a couple of different options, and I do end up changing that. I also got these really pretty colorful flower boxes from Get Famous. And then we're playing around with this stone here, which I keep for a while, but I'm pretty sure I also changed that. And then these are the bushes that I put in this little planter space that I built in on the front of the house. I think that looks really nice here, just with a half wall in front to make it look like a custom planter. And I love the kitchen just overlooking the front window there. I think it's actually a pretty spacious kitchen that we end up having in this house for a tiny home. And I end up having a dresser in the living room under the TV, so that way your Sims actually have a dresser to use, because I wasn't able to fit one in the kids' bedroom, and obviously the family or the parents have their bedroom in the living room. So I thought that that was the best use of space. In the game, you don't actually have to have that. All of your Sims can just change outfits in a mirror or play in outfits in a mirror, but I thought it was nice to have at least one dresser in the space. I thought it looked nice, and now we are working on some landscaping. I put down that tree and looked at it from every angle for some reason. So you're getting to see how slow I actually am at picking out some of that stuff. And then I also decided to add these like shutters on the windows. I think it looks so pretty. And then I also ended up changing the walling over here. I go through a couple of different options. I thought that this brown was so pretty, but it feels a little bit too dark. So I'm pretty sure I go back in and change that again. But I'm also playing around with other textures. So I ended up going with this one, which is also a wood texture, but it is like individual pieces of wood instead of just like one big chunk. And I think it looks so nice. It makes the space feel a lot more warm, and it's a texture that I carry through into the interior of the home as well, which I think helps make this home feel more cohesive. So outside, I did decide to keep this like stone texture that I had before, but just on this little wall I put around the property. And I also got a swing set out here since I was thinking this was a family tiny home, and it would just be nice to have a space for the kids to play a little bit. And then we're continuing the landscaping, getting some plants over here. I should be getting a pathway to the front of the lot using some of these debug stones. I just kind of have them off by one each row, and I think it looks really nice. It kind of complements the modern look I was going for on the exterior of this build, and I quite liked it. So then I'm just getting some low greenery. What are those called? Low-lying. There we go. Low-lying greenery, and I thought that looked nice. And then I brought in some green in the kitchen as well. I thought I was going to go with these cabinets at first, but I ended up changing to the ones from Home Chef Hustle. I just think they are so pretty in this mint swatch, so that's what I ended up going with in the kitchen space. And I just love this kitchen. It is so cozy, but also, like I said, for a tiny house, it's pretty spacious. For any other size house, it's not that big of a kitchen, but I thought that it looked so nice here, so I'm just playing around with getting some cabinetry here and lots of decorations. I wanted this space to feel lived in and like it has a young family in it, and I think I achieved that. I had to add my favorite plants, but I also added this really cute shelf from Tiny Living that has cookies on it and little like oven mitts and books and stuff. It's just super cute. Or yeah, it does have a couple of books. I was like, did I say the wrong thing? It has a tea bag and a teapot and like a list. It's just a really cute item that has a lot of clutter on it, and it looks handmade. So I thought that was a nice addition in this space. And then we're getting some blinds over the kitchen. Yeah, I did actually change the window in the kitchen and in the bathroom to be a bunch of these stacked windows. I just kind of rotated them one way or the other so that the smaller section does not line up on each side. So it just made a more interesting looking window, and I really enjoyed that. Just adding some more decorations in the kitchen. So I have some pots and pans that are hanging up, some spices over here, some canisters. I keep forgetting about that new spice rack that we got here from Home Chef Hustle. I just think it is such a nice addition. So I'm hoping I remember to add it in more builds. I just think it's going to be a staple going forward, but I keep forgetting about it for some reason. But I really like it. I also got some greenery over in this corner. I just think that helps with any room, any build, to make it feel more alive and designed, is to have some plants around, even if you think they're fake plants. I do that in my own home. I cannot be trusted with real plants, and I also have pets, and there's so many toxic plants, so I just opt to have fake ones around, so that way I don't have to deal with that unfortunate situation. So anyway, in the kitchen here, I got a little rug scaled down to be a rug to stand on by the sink. I think it is so pretty. That one is from Get Famous. And then we are figuring out our dining space here. I end up changing the chairs, and they're such a fun pop of color that I end up placing in here. They end up being orange, and I just think they are so pretty. They are these ones from the high school years, and I feel like this just brightened up the space and made it so much more cheerful. So I was really happy with that decision. And then we are changing out our dresser over here to be this one from Parenthood that has some more clutter on it, bringing in that beautiful wood texture from outside and adding a bookcase here between the doors to the bedroom and the bathroom to fill in the space and also give you some more functional decor. And then I just got a couple of decorations up above the TV as well. I figured having a place to hang up portraits was nice. I tend to do that in a lot of family homes. And I also love this piece of artwork that I placed over here actually by the bed. That is from the Book Nook kit, and it's just such a pretty piece. I also ended up changing what I had on the wall over here. I decided to have the frame TV instead of the TV on the dresser, and I got rid of those portraits, but that's something you could add in another part of this house. And I actually think I do have it near the kitchen space. Yeah, I do. I moved them over there. But this is the dining table, just adding some clutter up here. We have a basket of books and a plant, as well as a place to keep some dishes. Getting our trash can, those are those portraits, so if you want to have some family photos. And then moving on into the bathroom, where I'm using the same countertops that I used in the kitchen from Home Chef Hustle. They are just this beautiful mint color. I also brought in the same tile, and we're just getting a bunch of bathroom clutter, mostly from the bathroom clutter kit, to be honest. I also got a nice plant in here, and I just wanted it to feel lived in, and I think it ends up being a pretty cozy bathroom. I really enjoyed this one. It's not too terribly different than bathrooms I typically do in my builds, but I just thought this was a nice layout and ended up being pretty cute. I do have to move those windows over, though, because I did want to have a shower tub combo in here. So it was interfering with the window. So I do move them over to the side of the room, but I think that looks just fine. I was not mad about it at all. I think it looks so cute. I love those windows. I forget what pack they're from, but I think they're one of my favorite windows in the game. Whenever I get the chance to use them, I'm always pretty excited about it. Then I got a little organizer up above the toilet, and I believe, I hang these like kids towels on the back of the door in here as well, which I think is super cute. And then just get a bath mat in front of the shower, a plunger in here, and that should be pretty much it for this bathroom. So moving into the kids' bedroom, I really wanted to use the dinosaur bed. It is just so cute, so that's what I opted for. And then I end up getting the toddler bed to put under this. One of the new ones that we got with base game when infants came out. This is the one that like is converted from the crib, I'm pretty sure. And it's just in a similar wood tone. I thought it looked really cute down here. And then I got the matching dinosaur rug. And we get a couple of decorations in here. Nothing too busy because there's not a whole lot of space in here. I end up putting a dinosaur above the bed. And we get a little dinosaur stuffed animal down here as well. And I think just some curtains and maybe something on the wall as well. It's a very small room, but I think it works so well for this tiny home. Yeah, we got the height chart. That one is so cute. And a mirror over here as well. And that should be it for the interior of the home. We're moving outside now. I have this really big balcony space, so I wanted to have a place for your Sims to sit down. We also got a telescope out here, and I believe I get a toy box as well. But first I am placing down the trash cans and figuring out where the mailbox is going and just finishing everything outside. I feel like when I'm getting closer to the end of the build, I'm always like, oh my gosh, there's something I forgot, this isn't finished, and you think you're close, and then you end up spending another hour on it doing finishing details. That's kind of the portion I'm in right now. So we're doing some of the terrain paint under the walkway and adding some more plants. I also get another tree. Also, you can probably tell the house is backwards on the lot right now. I built it this way because of the way the light was shining on the lot, so I will be rotating it before uploading this to the gallery, so no worries on that. It is the correct orientation on the gallery, so when you download it, it will be facing the road instead. But yeah, just getting some more terrain paint, some more plants, and that should be it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. You can also subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more, and click that bell to be notified when I upload. Thank you so very much for watching. Please enjoy those screenshots, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye, everyone.